What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, my good people? Welcome to another episode of Grow, Live, Dream. I am your boy, LeVar Robinson, and this is my brother, T. Hutton, the motivator, and I'm super excited to be talking to you guys today about the game of success, hide and seek, baby. What's up, T. Hutton? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. Hey, first off, thank you for coming out to the D. I know you back in the A. We can see you got your plants back behind you again.
Man, I was ready. Listen. I wish I would have stayed another day, man. I ain't even gonna front. I wish I would have stayed another day. So
yeah. I got to give me some greenery to go behind me, man. But look, I am excited about today. It's when I think about it, I'm excited about doing the show today, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm excited about today, anyways. I was thinking earlier. I was looking back at some pictures, and I was looking at my phone today, and I was going through some old photos. And on my phone, I seen what used to be my screensaver on my phone, bro, for probably like 2 or 3 years, LeVar.
What?
And I had the same screensaver on like 4 different phones for like 2 or 3 years, man.
Wow.
And what it was a screensaver of Winnie the Pooh and Piglet walking as a grown man. Check that out. But what was important about the picture and what meant the most to me is Piglet asks Winnie the Pooh, "Hey, Winnie, what's your favorite day?" And to that, Winnie the Pooh responded, "Today."
Every day, baby. Every day.
and that's the thing. People ask me all the time, "What's your favorite day?" And I always say today. And they say, "Well, I asked you that 2 months ago and you said Thursday." I said, "No, I told you today 2 months ago also." Because it never really matters what day it is. Today is always going to be my favorite day. Because the day, the only day you have to make a change.
Look, I absolutely love that thought process, actually, because I was just sitting here speaking with some business partners, and that's one of the things that I was saying. We're not even thinking about yesterday, right? We're thinking about today moving forward, baby. It's another opportunity for us to go ahead and make a choice today. Make a choice right now, move forward, and live that best life that we can live, man. So I absolutely love that, brother. Let's talk.
So getting right into it today, talking about hide and seek. You remember as a little kid, you used to go play hide and seek? And that's exactly how the game of success is, the game of life. When you're searching for success, it's hide and seek. It is literally hide and seek. And you've been seeking things out for a while. And then sometimes you find yourself sitting still, waiting to go play hide and seek. Because sometimes you have to count. Now, this is what I want to talk about today when we start talking about the game of success. Like, where does success hide at? Guess what? When you're playing a game of hide and seek, you do a couple different things. If you're smart, because we like being smart, right, LeVar?
Right.
Before we start, you take an inventory of everything around you.
Facts.
And you ask yourself, what would I hide at? Right? When you're thinking about success, you have to ask yourself the same thing. What would success hide at? If you were success, LeVar, where would you hide?
Man, if I was success, I'd hide in the work. I'd hide in the effort, right? Because truth of the matter is that most people are not willing to put in the work. I'd hide in the details. Yeah. Most people are not detailed enough. They're not necessarily paying attention to absolutely everything that's getting in their way and stopping them from getting to where they deserve to be. I'd hide right there, right? But if we pay attention, what you just said is I'd hide and I take inventory around me. So that's something that a lot of people don't do. They don't take inventory of the different things that they should or shouldn't be doing. They don't take inventory of the different people that are in their life as a distraction. So, but with that being said, before I give it back over to you, make sure that everybody who jumps on, make sure that you share, make sure that you comment, join this conversation with us, y'all, right? And make sure that you let everybody know what we got going on here, because our goal is to help as many people as possible. Let's get back to talking about hide and seek.
So me personally, if I was going to be looking for a place to hide about success, I'm like you. I would hide in the details. I would hide in the preparation. See, it's the preparation that I feel like success hides in the most. It's going to be for me like a toss up between the preparation and the work itself. Like you said, in the work and in the preparation. Because what happens is oftentimes is that one, people are not going to be willing to do the work. But before they get to the work, you got to do the preparation. Before you get to the game, if you're trying to win the game, you want the victory, you want the success, you got to prepare for the game. And that preparation starts weeks, months, years before the game.
Yeah.
If you ask if they've asked Super Bowl winners, quarterbacks that have won the Super Bowl, came down to the end of the game and they made that play. And they say, how long have you been thinking about that play? And most of them will tell you, I've been thinking about that since I was a kid. I've been throwing that Hail Mary all my life. You know, it's in the preparation. What are you preparing for now in this moment? What are you preparing for right now? We talked about it at the very beginning. Today is the day to make your change. If you want success, if you want to find it, you've been hiding, you've been seeking, but are you really putting in the work to get there? It's in the preparation.
Are you really? Oh my God! What you said? Are you really willing to put in the work to get there? Right? Are you really willing to give up what you need to give up, to sacrifice to get there? How many people, T. Hutton, have come across either your phone or you do life coaching, right? Come across your service that are wanting or saying they want to get somewhere, but you can tell almost immediately that they're unwilling in that moment to give up or sacrifice what they need to sacrifice to get there.
So I come across people like that, and it's my job, my love, my passion to hit them in the mouth with it. Like if you start telling me, hey, look, if you start telling me early on, like even in our first initial meetings, because I do initial meetings for free, let's be honest, because everybody is not built for life coaching. Everybody is not built to have a mentor. We all should have a mentor, but most of us can't handle different types of personalities as mentors.
They're not ready.
Like there's different types of motivation for everyone. So you might not be ready for a mentor. Look, I'm watching a TV show called All American, right? And the young lady is dealing with alcohol problems right now. She had some drug abuse problems. Now she's dealing with alcohol problems. And now she's looking for a new sponsor. Well, she asked someone to be the sponsor, and the sponsor was like, "No, I didn't even say that I was willing to be your sponsor because you're not willing to address the problem. So it's no time me wasting my time." Like
you're not willing to address the problem. Oh my God! So look, listen. So I have a training that I'm building on called VAPE. All right, Vision, Action, Intensity. Vision, action, intensity, and posture. Before we even go into the action, we have to talk about your vision, and we have to talk about what you're currently doing that's stopping you from achieving that vision. We can't even move forward. Most people have all these different things that are in their life right now, the things that they're doing, and they're unwilling to give them up. What up, Yesenia? What's happening with you? What's happening? Who else is checking in? We see 7 people on. Go ahead and put your names or say what's up in the comments so that we can see that you're there. All right. I see there's a Facebook user there. I believe that's my boy Dane. Said LeVar was just telling me this, but just in case, go ahead and put your name down there. But most people, if you know that you're trying to go somewhere and you feel like there's some things that you're begrudgingly not wanting to give up or giving up, I want you to go ahead and put a 7 in the chat. Put a 7 in the chat if you know you're trying to go somewhere and there's some things you need to stop and some things you need to sacrifice and you're just not doing them just yet. It's okay. Put it in the chat.
So when we go back to the concept on, hey, let's really dig down deep into this. What does this look like for me? What does seeking out success look like? I know what success hiding look like. I've been looking for it for a while. Like success has been dodging me for a while. Have you ever had that one friend that seemed like they was able to hide better than anybody else? You be like, I can never find him. Never find him. You be out looking, then he be hollering, I'm at the base.
Right.
I'm at home, I made it home.
Right. You like it seems like there's some people out there that's just better at finding people than I am. I don't know what's going on with this particular person. It's like he camouflage.
Yeah. And you know what? The worst thing about it is oftentimes, watch this. This is going to really blow your mind when I think about it, LeVar. Watch this. I will never forget playing the game. Oftentimes you count, you close your eyes, you count right, and you turn and you take off to go find the people who are hiding, right? So you seek it out. What you miss most of the time are the people closest to home base. You pass your success that fast. That fast. You shoot right by it because you're trying to go find it. You never took in consideration that success could be one step away from you. So you bypass it. There's somebody out there that is looking for success, but you didn't already walk past it. You might have walked past it, around it, and over it 5-10 times because it's not what you thought it was going to look like. It's not hiding where you thought it was going to be at. But you never really took the time to consider, could it be right here in front of me?
Wow, it's crazy you saying this. I absolutely love this conversation because truth of the matter is that more times than not, we make success way harder than what it has to be. We make success way harder than it has to be. I was in a training. I was in this webinar. You already know how we are. We're always taking different personal development courses and different things like that. And there's a particular gentleman who shows people how to become multi-millionaires, and he was doing a training, and he had a young lady put their hand up in front of their eye, and what he did was he said, well, what's in front of you? She said, well, nothing's in front of you. But what she didn't realize is that he had stuck $100 bill in front of her hand, right? She's like, nothing in front of me. He said, move your hand. She moved her hand, and the $100 bill was right there. He said, now, just because you couldn't see it, did it mean that it wasn't there? Blew my mind. I was like, whoa, right? Because most of us have success staring us right in our face, but we refuse to do the work, or we refuse to actually look and make it happen.
So let me ask you this, LeVar, because I like being a devil advocate. I'm that person. I'm sorry. I've been that guy for a long time.
I already know you don't do
it. Is that success can be right there in front of me, and I won't open my eyes and look at it.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. That's exactly.
Why would I do something like that? Have you ever heard an excuse of someone not opening their eyes?
Look, let me tell you, I've heard that excuse. But more times than not, the reason why you can't see it is because of your fear. More times than not, the reason why you can't see it is because somebody else misplaced thoughts on what success is supposed to look like.
Ooh, hold up. Let me say something. I just listened to a sermon earlier today that said something about that.
Come on, talk to me, man.
And in the sermon, he says that sometimes we allow others' limitations to limit us.
Listen,
so
Alfredo, did you hear that?
Watch this.
Letitia, did you hear that? William, did you hear that? Yesenia, Gerard, did y'all hear what that man just said? I'm just saying, wow.
Watch this. He says that he had met someone that was mimicking their mentor, but they were mimicking their mentor so much that they was mimicking their mentor's injury and not realizing that it was an injury to their mentor.
Wow.
So what that means is sometimes we're trying to be somebody else so much that we are imitating their limitations. So just because the person you're following may seem like they have a vision because they're walking forward doesn't mean they have a vision. Even the blind walk forward. So you're following the blind man, not realizing that the blind man is blind.
Did y'all hear that? Listen, take the meat and leave the bone, y'all. Take the meat and leave the bone. Get some nuggets from the people that you're learning from, but don't take on their fear, y'all. We gotta leave that bone sitting on the table. We can't allow ourselves, we can't duplicate the fear. Like, oh man, he said he can't do that, so I'm not gonna do it. No, we can't do that. We gotta be careful of that. It is way too many people that are taking on the people around them, their fears, their limitations. If you've taken on somebody else's limitation before, go ahead and put a 7 in the chat. Y'all know that's my favorite number. Go ahead and put a 7 in the chat.
You know what's funny? And I say what's funny so often because it's funny to me. Life is entertaining. Life is just amazing to me. But when I think about this, I think about what about the person who, remember when you was in high school and people used to copy each other's paper? And you would have that one person who would not pay attention so much, they would even copy down the other person's name. They'd be like, man, Mike, you turned in 2 essays? Like, I only turned in 1. Why? Like sometimes we're copying people so much that we don't even pay attention to what we're copying.
That's right.
We're just trying to get over. And that's the thing. When you're talking about this hide and seek and seeking out success, you might need to open your eyes just a little bit more. Just take a moment and stop and look. Take it all in. Look around you. Look both directions. Like I say, look both directions before crossing the streets. You might want to look both directions before you move. And you know the sad part about it? I'm going to be honest with you. Look left, look right, but look up and then also look down. The problem oftentimes is we don't look down. See, because we think we're better than something or somebody, we don't look down. We don't acknowledge those that may be below us, that may be ready to help push us up to the next level.
That's right.
Somebody got their hands out, reached down. They kneel down with their hands out so you can get a step and get a boost. But you're so good at yourself, you won't look down to see who else is there to help you.
See, people fail to realize how much of a choice that you have in all of this. People fail to realize, like, it is so easy for us to look at all of the different reasons why we're not getting to where we need to go. And in reality, what we need to do is we need to look in the mirror. We need to look in the mirror at ourselves and pay attention to the fact that we're not looking. We're not paying attention. There's things around us right now that can help us get to the next level. But we're so focused on our own limitations. We're so focused on how hard things are supposed to be in other people's mind, right? That we don't realize that we're so dope that we're better at that particular thing than that person anyway. See, that's the thing when the mentor becomes the student, right? There's a such thing as that. But how can you ever become the mentor and the mentor become the student if you never shoot for more than what the mentor shoot? Come on.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like you should, like, I believe that you should always be the student. No matter, I don't care what position you in. You can be the president, you can be the chairman of the board, you can be the boss, the supervisor, you can be the employee, you can be anyone in the network. But you should always make sure that you are coachable, that you are willing to learn, willing to put in the energy to learn. And until you're willing to do that, then how can you really be the mentor? If you're not willing to learn, how can you mentor somebody else? Because there may be something that you need to learn along the way so you can help the next person. And until you reach that point, how can you really be honest with yourself? How can you be that person that you know that you want to be?
I mean, that's the only way to do it, Tia, and it's very simple. It's about being honest with self, like you said. Like, are you really being honest by those things that are stopping you from getting to where you deserve to be? Are you really being honest? Like, for real? Because your success is behind those things. Your success is going through those particular things. Your success is truthfully in that fight. Are you truthfully ready to fight for your success? Because most people don't want to fight. Why? Because of the inconvenience to fight. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to fight. It would actually do me better if somebody would just hand me the success and I don't have to work hard for it. I won't have to sacrifice being around certain people in my life. I don't have to sacrifice giving up that particular thing in which I love doing. Right? Some people love playing video games. They absolutely love playing video games so much to the point where they're like, I don't want to give this up. Well, sometimes you're going to have to give it up for a while.
Boy, I miss Call of Duty right now. I'm missing Call of Duty right now. Hashtag to all my Call of Duty players. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You know what, LeVar? Thinking about what you're saying is true. They want them to just give it to them, right? But if I was to hand you something, LeVar, what's the first thing you got to do?
Put my hand out.
There's going to be an action required. No matter how much work, there's action required, period.
There's going to be action required.
Hey, watch this. Watch this. No, I'm going to go a step further with this because I really want
to
catch this.
Keep going.
If you don't position your hand correctly, you're going to drop it. If you don't close your hand around it, it's going to fall out. Or somebody else is going to take it out your hand. There's still an action required from you. There's something that you got to do to have what you want.
You mean to tell me I can't reach like this? I can't put my hand out like this?
Well, you put it out there like that, that $100 bill gonna fall out. And if it hit the ground, I'm giving you less than 10 seconds, like a piece of
Right.
string.
Listen. So everybody have their different levels of what success is. Everyone has their different levels of what success is, right? And believe it or not, there's a good amount of people that actually start, putting in action in order to get to the success. But here's the interesting thing about that, right? If you know that you need to go a mile, taking one step every day, it'll get you there eventually. But wouldn't you want to take 10, 15, 20, 30? Wouldn't you want to take more, right? Because that intensity behind you wanting to get to where you deserve to be, that intensity is what's going to get you there in the time frame that you want to get it there, right? You'll get there eventually, but you have a decision on how fast you want to get there. It's your decision. It might take a minute, but it's your decision. How bad do you want to get to where you deserve to be? How bad do you want? Meaning, what you gonna do? What type of action and intensity you gonna put behind that action every single day, even when you don't feel like it? What type of action are you gonna put behind it? Because other than that, that success may never be achieved. That success may never be achieved. How bad do you want to get there?
I apologize. I got distracted. I'm a numbers person, and you said a step a day, right? For a mile. And you was like, you'll get there eventually. And I started saying in my head, that's 5,280 days. You know what I'm saying? That's how many feet. So I'm thinking a step a day, let's call it a foot. I'm like, man, that's a whole lot of waiting, bro. I've been waiting too long. I can't do it one step a day.
Wait,
that's too many days.
I want to do something. How many days is that again?
Should be 5,280.
Okay,
if
so
I remember correctly, that's the amount of feet in the mile, if I remember correctly.
5,280. So now let's put this in perspective. You said 5,280. Some people wake up and they don't put any effort into where they're trying to go. So imagine putting a day or two in between each one of those days.
Yep, that's correct.
Imagine putting a day or two in front of those days. As a matter of fact, we can make it even worse. Most people don't move. Actually, a lot of people self-sabotage and they actually lose some steps. They actually lose some days. Are you self-sabotage? Are you self-sabotaging your own self? Are you losing some days? Or are you making sure that you put intensity behind that and saying, hey, look, I'm gonna jog a little bit because I want to get there fast. I want to get there faster than the next person. Right. And even if it's not getting there faster than the next person, I want to get there fast for me.
Yeah.
I want to get there fast for my goals. I want to get there fast for my dreams. I want to get there fast. So I got to put in the work. I got to put in the effort. What are you doing? What are some examples of self-sabotage? Go ahead, Tia.
I think the biggest example that I can give you of self-sabotage is negative self-talk. Mm-hmm. It's going to impact you on so many different levels. It's going to impact you emotionally. It's going to impact you mentally. It's going to even impact you physically. And the reason is because when you start to doubt yourself, when you start telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, that you shouldn't do it, that you're not worthy, like all these different things cause you to delay working on your goals, delay you reaching your dreams. It also hurts you emotionally because the more that you are further away from your dreams, the distance that grows between you and your dream, that there causes you to feel worse.
This is fact.
To get to a point where you may find yourself in self-loathing, and you don't want to find yourself in that position. So I would say for me, one of the key examples that we could talk about for self-sabotage is going to be negative self-talk.
And I want to go into that as well, in the negative self-talk. And I want to say we appreciate you, Rakia. Hopefully I said that right, for giving us that question, because we like it. We like it when our listeners or our watchers, pretty much, jump in and give questions, right? Speak with us, right? So, because there's other people that are looking at that information. There's other people that may need the answer to this particular question, right? I was actually speaking with some business partners, and I was letting them know, like, more times than not, we allow our mistakes from yesterday hold us down for what we're doing today, right? If that weight is too heavy, right? We're upset at ourselves so much that we can't even stop thinking about it. We get ready to try to do what we need to do for today, and we stuck on yesterday. You'll hear me say this all the time. Give yourself grace and move forward. Forgive yourself, get that out of the way, and move forward. That's one of the biggest parts of self-sabotage, what you just said. Negative self-talk. Huge. Ooh, entitlement.
Put that on there. Put on there where you
Go ahead. Go ahead, you senior. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl.
Ooh, entitlement. That's self-sabotage also on so many different levels.
Oh man. Listen, I was talking to somebody the other day. And believing you shouldn't have to put in the work that you need to put in order to get to where you need to go because of whatever reason. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And more people than a little bit self-sabotage themselves by feeling that way. Like I know people that start going through things and they start being like, I can't believe I'm going through it. So one of the things that I love to say to people is this. Every time you go through something and you start saying, why me, as if that's supposed to stop you from going where you need to go, you're saying to yourself that what you just went through is harder than anything that anyone ever went through before you in order to get to what they deserve to get to. Was it that hard? Is it really that hard? No, it's not. Get over yourself and get to work.
I like to ask that. Yeah, that's it. I like to ask, why not you? Like when somebody say, why me? Or why not you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not you? Why can't you be the person that goes through it? And maybe ain't nobody else, like LeVar said, everybody else. Maybe you're the person that breaks the mold. Maybe you're the first person to go through it. And now you set the example that, hey, you can get through this. If I can get through it, then the next person can get through it. And they need to know how to get through it. They can come to me and talk to me about it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's you that breaks the mold. Maybe you have the background, the preparation, going back to our topic about success is hiding in the preparation. Not only just the work, but the preparation. Maybe you've already been doing all the things you need to prepare for the success. So why not you? Why can't you be the person that lays out the roadmap of how to get over this obstacle that so many people are dealing with? Why not you? Why can't you be the person that ends these generational curses for your family? Heck, you might even be dealing with generational curses for your community. Maybe you're the person that changes this. We talk about all the systemic things going on in our country today. Maybe you're the person that changes it. Change happens with you, and it has to start within you. So why not you?
Why not you? So let me go ahead and say this, and then I'm gonna let you go ahead and close this out. We have to start looking at success as a destination that will be achieved. It's not something that you might achieve. It's something that you are going to achieve. Kill the negative stuff. It's not hiding from you. Just put in the work, put in the action, and make it happen. Understand something, that your inability to want to go through what might be a failure to you is going to stop you from getting to where you deserve to be. When truth of the matter is this, your perspective has to change. Your perspective of what you have to go through has to change. You have to say, you know what? I'm going through this. I'm going through this because there's something in this that I need to learn. And then when you go through it, look at it, not from a woe it's me eye, but look at it as to what you could have done differently. Because what's going to happen is this. All of those barriers that you feel might be hiding success are all of a sudden going to start disappearing. They're going to start disappearing, and success is going to start becoming clearer and clearer and clearer. And you're going to put yourself in a particular place to where other people may have their vision blurry, but you're different. You show that you're different. The actions that you're putting together is different, and you're doing what you need to do from a clearer space to get to where you need to go, and that's your success, no one else's.
Hide and seek.
Hide and seek.
Hide and seek where success hides at. Success, you've heard it today. We put it out there to you. Success hides not only in the work, but also in the preparation. They say there's no secret to success. Success is when preparation meets hard work, which is met with opportunity. It's your job to do the preparation. It's your job to do the hard work. So when the opportunity to arise, you can actually be successful. Like this. Bitcoin was less worth than a penny. You miss out on being a trillionaire because of lack of action.